Okay, so we want to look at problem 4 that says if we have the inequality a negative 3x plus y must be greater than or equal to a negative 3, and it's telling us to use the ordered pair 1, 1. That's what we're going to use to test. So I see you guys did a lot of work, which is good. A lot of you changed it in the slope-intercept form. You drew number lines. But let me tell you something. The quickest way between 2 points is a straight line. So I have an x and I have a y. I can substitute here and here. So that means I can have a negative 3 plus my y. What is my x? 1, right? So a negative 3 times 1 plus a negative 1, I say must be greater than a negative 3. If it's a true statement, it's called an identity. Well, it won't be an identity because we're talking about inequalities, but it'd have to be a true statement. So in order this to be true, then this left side must be bigger than, or should I say closer to what?
Isn't y negative?
Is y negative 1?
Yes, please.
All right. Let's fix that. Negative 1. Okay. So let's do the math then. What's a negative 3 times? Negative 3 times 1. Negative 3. Come on, guys. This is your test now. Plus a negative 1. Now we know these signs.
You crossed out negative. You crossed out negative 3.
Why did I cross out negative 3?
No, do you cross it?
We're adding.
Oh, okay.
We multiplied here negative 3 times 1, and we got what? Negative 3. Then we brought down a negative 1, plus sign of negative 1. Now, the only thing we're going to do is see, is that bigger? What he said on the board is extremely important. What do we do when the signs are the same? No, we don't change them anything. We add them. This says addition. So we're going to add the absolute value. 3 plus 1, how much is that?
4.
4. We keep the what? What sign do they both have?
Negative.
So we keep the negative sign. Let's not let this 5th grade part of math get us. Because most of this stuff is going to be like a snowball. You started with 5th grade. These are these new teaks. 6th grade, 7th grade. They're going to expect for you to know it. Now, greater than or equal to a negative 3. In order for you to make that decision, there's your number line. We don't even worry about what's on this side of the number line. We worry about, well, a negative 1, now this is 0, a negative 2, a negative 3, and a negative 4. We're trying to figure out of a negative 3 and a negative 4, which one is closer to 0.
Negative 3.
Because as on the left side of 0, and this should be a negative 4.
As the number gets smaller, it actually gets
Right. As the number gets smaller, the smaller is actually large in value. So here, no, a negative 4 is not larger or not closer to 0 as a negative 3. So our answer to this problem would be, it won't be in the solution. Okay, that makes sense? Okay, then let's take a look at the next one. Which problem we had? Problem 3? Okay, so it says, what must be true about the value of n in the inequality? So it tells us, let's take a look at y is less than a negative 4x plus n. In order for the origin to be part of the solution. So now they're telling us, let's look at a graph, and the origin right here must be part of the solution. Well, what's the ordered pair for the origin?
0, 0.
0, 0. So they're telling us to check and see is 0, 0 part of the solution. How do we solve it? We just did it. Plug in these points, guys. Come on, we just did it. So let's not, get a brain freeze at this point. Plug in 0 is less than a negative 4 times what? 0 plus n. What do? We trying to solve for what?
N.
So Jenny says multiply. 0 is less than a negative 0 plus n.
You have a negative 0?
Well, I'm just multiplying. Okay, so we know the 0 don't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
So then let's just get rid of it, and we can say 0 is less than n, or we could change it around and say n is greater than 0. What's the answer choice?
C.
C. Any questions on that one? Okay. What about problem 4 on this page? How do you feel about that one?
It's the same thing as you
Well, this one is a little different because it's asking us to solve this inequality. A little bit different. It says, what is the solution of this inequality? Can y'all good with that? You want to work on that one, or you want us to go on the system now? Or you want me to model this one?
You gotta speak up if you want to say it.
You want it modeled? Okay. That's all I'm asking for. So here we got a 1/5 times the quantity 4x plus 10. And it says it is less than 7/5x plus 5. First step, look inside the parentheses. This is a binomial, no like terms. So we do distributive property. We distributed 1/5, 1/5 to everything inside the parentheses. 1/5 to this, 1/5 to this. So this will be 1/5 times 4x is 4/5x plus 1/5 times 10 is the same thing as 5 divided into 10. How much is 10 divided by 5?
10 divided by 5,
2. Right? And that's less than 7/5x plus 5. We got to put our variables and, or should I say, and our constants on the same side. One thing you want to be careful is try to make sure that you put your variables on the side where you don't get a negative number. So 4/5 is less than this one. So I'm going to put 4/5 on this side. But first, I'm going to subtract 5 from this side. That's going to give me 4/5x minus 3, because 5 is larger, so 2 from 5 is 3. Bring down this negative sign, is less than 7/5x. My 5's cancel. Now I need to move this 4/5. So a negative 4/5x, a negative 4/5x, you move it up a little bit. And this will give me, these will cancel out. Remember, I'll have a negative 3 is less than, and then, now when we are adding or subtracting fractions, we got to have the same denominator. We got 5. So the only thing we deal with is the numerator. So 7 minus 4 is 3. So that gives us 3/5x. We need to find out what is x, so the only way we can find out the value of x is to multiply, since this is multiplication, we need to divide, and when you divide a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. Okay?
So you change it?
We turn 3/5 upside down, now 5/3. So then we have a -3 times 5/3 is less than, and we have 3/5x times 5/3. Now, you could do this math, and you're gonna get 15/15, which is 1. So that means x is less than, and then 3 times 5 is, there's your negative. So a -15 divided by 3 is what? -5. So there's your answer, right there. X is greater than a -5. Got it? All right, guys, let's go to system.